determine, is it because the battery voltage is too low when it starts? Or the battery voltage is too low because there's another issue, the transfer won't start. So keep that in mind.
Okay.
So yeah, hooking the battery charger up is going to be your first step to get battery voltage up. And then you're going to see if it cranks.
All right. So check voltage again.
So, well, you already did. You already did that. So you got the charger hooked up. We want to leave it hooked up too because we're going to be doing some tests, right?
Right.
What we're going to test next.
Uses wires, plugs, cables, make sure everything's hooked up.
Okay, let's talk about easy things, all right?
Yeah.
Let's think about easy things. Let's think about what this thing has to have to run.
Fuel, spark.
Compression.
Yeah. Are you going to check them in that order?
Spark would probably be easiest.
Right. In most cases. This one's probably about as easy to do either, but this one's really easy to do spark because we have all of our spark supply right there, right? So that's another thing too. Some vehicles, when we're checking for spark, we're going to unplug a spark plug wire off the end of the spark plug, plug our spark tester in it, crank it, see if it sparks, right? Some vehicles, it's easier if we have an extra spark plug wire to unhook right here and plug on there, because when you go to unhooking those, you'll notice they got metal shields around them. Now those metal shields do slide over the plug boot, and they do come off with the plug boot. But those are kind of hard to get off. So quick and easy, my first thing is I'm going to take a plug wire and a spark tester, pop one of those off, and see if I got a spark.
You want me to grab the spark tester out of our box?
I got one right here. I got two actually.
I found some.
So here's some things that you're going to need when you're doing spark tests. I like to have a jumper wire because sometimes it's kind of hard to find a good spot to put this and then stay. And you always want to make sure this is grounded when you're doing it. And I thought I had an extra plug wire.
Who's even we're that fancy?
Keep whatever spare stuff you come up with, right? So, of course, it has to have the right end or close to the right end for that. And that should be.
All right. Okay. Which one you want to unplug?
Top one. The top one.
So my initial test, I'm usually just going to do one.
Right.
Okay? But I may move that around and check a couple more because it's quick things to do, right? If I get a situation to where I have a, by the way, this is General Motors DIS system, okay? Distributor-less ignition system, okay? Which is a more complicated issue now that some of them are, they're calling a distributor ignition system a DI system or a DIS system, depending on who you ask. That is the new J1930 terms, right? This is electronic ignition because it doesn't have a distributor.
What the hell's the battery on the damn thing?
In the back seat.
In the back seat.
Oh, that's weird.
There's a few of the vehicles around here. Well, one said.
So, for lack of confusion, because I'm going to keep calling this DIS because I was in the industry when that came out.
Yeah.
DIS was GM's term for it. You know, everything else had a distributor. When you talk about electronic ignition, when I hear the term electronic ignition, I think of an electronic ignition module inside of a distributor that came out in '71. Okay, so those terms are going to confuse you from now on. Okay, so
Could you jump on the, or could you ground on the
say here, but it's coated.
Yeah, so things you have to look for is you need something that's not painted, if you can get it.
What about that motor mount right there from the pulleys? That work?
So, I gave you that jumper wire for a purpose. So you can, come find something that is a relatively good ground. Anything on the block is a good ground, right? Except for the paint stuff. Okay? So I kind of like that bolt back there on the back of the alternator sticking up. Now keep in mind, we don't want that jumper wire sucked up in the belt. Okay? So I would come around this side of the car with it, away from the belt.
There you go.
And sometimes that alligator is not quite big enough. In this particular case, the alligator that's on the spark tester is bigger and probably would clamp it on what you got. Okay.
All right.
Now, Andy, you probably don't want to be holding that when we crank it.
Yeah.
Or to facilitate a faster test. Because there's more than one way of testing this. Visual and painful. Okay. But these will do 40,000 volts.
Yeah.
You don't want to test it that way. Trust me.
I remember when Mark got shocked. That was enough for me. That was funny.
Yeah, and that wasn't even this style. That was lower voltage than this. Okay. So I'm going to crank it. We should see spark jumping across there.
All right.
Ready?
Yep.
I'm reaching in here. All right, here we go.
Yep.
Yep.
Good spark?
Good
Yep.
spark.
Okay.
Bright and looks hot.
Now, keep in mind, we're looking at one wire, right?
Yeah.
So for, let me hold it now right quick. Let's find another one on a different coil.
All right.
Make sure more than one coil's hit.
Okay.
That's what I was just gonna say that because this is that God, it was on the final. It's that shared coil system.
Yeah, where the waste one.
Yeah, the waste spark system.
Because they go 2 for 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
So try this one maybe.
Yeah, because these ignition runs off the crankshaft position sensor, I think, if I remember right.
I think you're right.
I could be wrong. That, and I'm also very tired this morning.
Yeah, me too. I'm pretty worn out too. So
All right.
yesterday I only got like 3.5 hours, and today was about the same. And so now I'm just like, yeah, whatever you say. Now.
I'm playing catch up
Yeah.
after.
On the days off, we don't. Yeah, me too.
Yeah. All right.
Me too.
You
All
ready?
right. Yep. Yep. We're good.
Cool. You know that coil's good.
Maybe do one more.
Yeah, might as well, just to make sure. Number 1.
Right.
Ready?
Yep. Yep. We're good.
Sweet. See that spark?
Took that one a little bit. For it too, though.
Did it?
Yeah.
But we got it?
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
So we know we have spark,
Now I gotta check for fuel.
fuel, and air. Fuel and...
So, let me take this off now.
Yep. What is the specs for fuel pressure?
Here, let's check.
Because this is a DIS system.
It's gonna be a lot higher for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think that was on the test too.
All right, let's see. That'd be under the fuel pressure regulator.
Yeah.
Alright, specs. No, what the hell? Oh, okay.
Taking these classes, a lot of the newer vehicles aren't as scary anymore.
Yeah,
You know?
for sure. I am now doing this because I haven't really worked too much on older ones. It's kind of like weird. Working on
Yeah.
older ones, but I watched Willie's dad all the time, and he could do shit by ear all the time. It's just amazing.
That's where I am with my Dodge. I've just worked on it so much. Older stuff I'm good at. Before a lot of these classes, I was shit at a lot of the newer stuff.
Yeah, 48 to 55 psi.
48 to 55.
For pressure, key on, engine off.
Okay. I wonder if we have a. Where does it state fuel regulator is at? Because I think I found it, but
Let's see. Should be under
48 to 55.
descriptions. Da, 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 da. Diagrams. Procedures. Okay, fuel pressure relief. See fuel pressure relief. Disconnect negative battery cable. Remove fuel injector. Sight shield on all models. Disconnect pressure regulator vacuum hose.
okay,
Remove pressure regulator snap ring. Lift and twist pressure regulator from pressure regulator housing. Da, 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 da. This is removal though, so
what about component location? So I think I found it. Just want to be 100% before I start hooking up to stuff and breaking stuff more, you know. Lambda.
lambda, yeah.
Oh,
Fuel regulator lambda sensor. Hey, look.
probable causes. Replace fuel pressure regulator.
Does not start. Idle, I'm gonna start. Stalls. Hesitates. Starts. Does not start.
What about diagrams?
Okay, thanks.
We need the diagrams real quick.
So, you guys marked on another one?
Yeah.
All three, we checked one on each coil.
Okay, cool. Quick question, Ken.
Yes, it is. So next to test fuel, because that's what we were just looking at, is the test fuel. Since it has a port, could we
Yep.
just hook
You betcha.
right up to it?
Yep.
We got the specs. It's supposed to be 48 to 55.
Okay.
So let me go grab a.
Get a fuel pressure tester and let's test it.
All right. So you were you're like, yay!
All jazz.
All right.
My
So-
brain feels like it was able to take a nap yesterday. It was so good.
Yeah.
You probably know what it is.
I don't.
Measuring tools.
Yeah.
Vacuum, Vacuum, dial caliper.
Maybe, like you said. Because all the big stuff's in here. Compression, cooling system, pressure tester. Would that? No.
Puller, rethreading. It should say like fuel gauge or something like that.
Engine oil pressure. Indicator.
Ah. Master fuel pressure.
Aha. Cool. Because yeah, I was like, I didn't know where we were supposed to be, what tool we're supposed to be looking for.
Some are small, some are big.
Yeah.
We got the nice fancy master kit. It comes with all the different adapters and
Oh, nice.
connections.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Doing fuel pressure tests on my truck's easy. Just unplug the oh, fuel line. If you get fuel spitting out, you got fuel.
Yeah.
I don't know if it works so good on this one.
All right, we might need both hands here, so.
Well, fuel spitting out is fuel at proper pressure and that. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But since you mentioned that, I said, but since you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Fuel spitting out is an indication there's at least some fuel there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how could we quickly test to see if there's at least some fuel there?
Right there.
No?
Can you push in,
Yeah.
can you push in the valve?
Yeah. So if there was fuel pressure in there, and you push that valve in,
Should
it'd
come
spray
out.
on you, right?
Yeah.
So keep in mind, anytime you do that on a hot engine, it's spraying on the exhaust manifold. So you might want to get a rag to catch it, so you're not on fire,
Gotcha.
right? But right now this is cold, right?
Yeah. And you pressed the little do it, didn't you?
Yeah, I pressed it in there.
There ain't nothing in there. I'm willing to bet that fuel pressure regulator's bad.
Fuel pressure regulator only controls the fuel pressure by allowing fuel to run back to the tank when it's above pressure.
Oh,
So it would be the fuel pump,
yeah.
possibly.
And this is with
Very